We moved to Atlanta, Michigan, because it's rural. There's not many people around. Obviously, the wildlife's great, and mostly remote, quiet, being in nature. I work from home, and you have to be connected nowadays in order to run your business. I'm a corporate real estate broker. I get laptops issued to me from corporations. Their meetings are all set up on these laptops, so I have to be able to plug in, and that's why this is so vital for me to have high-speed internet and be able to do my job properly. When we first got here, I set up the office, and I had to use a hotspot, and it was a nightmare because it cost. I went through the data limits quickly, uploading appraisals and purchase agreements, and it was $10 a day. But one day I even went through 2, so it cost me $20 just to use the hotspot for one day. So this getting broadband here and high-speed broadband is a dream come true, and it makes living out here possible for me.
I grew up here in the 1970s and 80s. Probably around 2013 or so, we bought a home here, and I was still working as an executive for a different company, and it's really hard to work here. Even get a phone call at our house west of here, you can't get a phone call even, and sometimes you're literally in the front yard or walking down the road with your cell phone trying to just stay connected to a simple conversation.
We had a really good idea of what the problem was because we were experiencing it from firsthand, and we also had the ability to do something about it too, which was really helpful. And so we decided we would go ahead and give it a shot. We cover a good portion of the center of Montmorency County and the northern portion of Oscoda County. So the communities of Lewiston, Hillman, we're getting to. And then, of course, Atlanta, and then down in Oscoda County, that would be Cummins, down just a little bit south of the border from here.
They're in a location in south of Atlanta where they're far enough away from each one of our towers that getting a non-line of sight connection is pretty tough. And so they really need to get up and above the canopy in order for that to happen. We have a lot of choices at that point because we have base stations and transmitters and capability on those that can run, again, into the hundreds of megabits down once they can actually see the asset.
They came out, luckily, almost within 2 days with their big truck, and they got a sense of what it was going to take to get a line of sight from here. And then from there, it was 1 week. They ordered the steel. They come out one afternoon, and they put up all the concrete and the foundation, the footings, putting it all together. And we're going to have high-speed internet this afternoon. So that about 7 days from the time I talked to Carl until we're going to be all fired up and online.
We started with a commercial backhaul provider, and we had a lot of outages. For me anyway, when you have a relationship like that, it really needs to be a relationship, right? And so from working with Merit, we switched over to Merit, I don't know, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. Our outages have been almost zero, and
right.
And I always know, can talk to the same engineers, they know me, and that's really beneficial because we're a small staff and a small team here. So, when something is a challenge or we want to take the next step forward, we want to get bigger, like we're working with Merit now to take on more backhaul services, and each one of these locations, as we get fiber close to them, we want to connect point to point back into our network on the Merit network. So they're integrally important to us as a wireless entity.